So this is an interesting story that I have to tell you. It's a really weird one, to be honest with you. So as you guys know, Pete Buttigieg is a fake man, all right? He fakes everything, but specifically with African Americans, he fakes a lot of stuff. So he made up congressional endorsements of him that they didn't actually endorse him. He just did the same thing with Keegan Michael Key, the black comedian he did, and then he walked that back. He also used a picture of a Kenyan mom and child in his Frederick Douglass plan. So he fakes a lot of this stuff. And so basically what happened is, okay, Liz Smith, all right, odd name, she is his campaign advisor, I believe, or communications or something like that on Pete Buttigieg's campaign, all right? I don't know who she is. But people suspected that this account, okay, this Nigerian man's account, was actually a burner for her. Now, people use burners. You know, James Comey used a burner. KD uses burners to this day. Like, people use burners, you know what I mean? It's a thing. And so, there were some really weird tweets coming from this account. Now, the name was Chinedu. I don't know how to say that. Chinedu. Easy Chinedu is the @ now. That's completely gone. It was taken down. It says, Pete Buttigieg, supporter from Nigeria, love wine and dancing. And he literally has his location as Nigeria. Joined August 2019. Definitely not a red flag at all. It was August 2019. But, like, that already doesn't even sound like a dude's. That's not, like, there's no way. Like, I don't know what dudes would have, like, love wine and dancing in there. That's really weird. First of all, the wine part is more of, like, you know, the wine moms type of thing. That's more of, like, that kind of thing. That's why it also lines up more with, like, you know, Liz Smith. Definitely does not seem to be something a dude would put there. But so this is what really put people off, all right? He sent out a tweet saying, Team Pete, hey, it's Liz. It's phase 4. Time to leave it all on the floor. Phone bankers, we need you. And so he says it's Liz in this. And so people are like, oh, shit, like, there was an accident. She forgot to switch accounts. Like, remember when Skip Bayless did that? He forgot to switch accounts. It's like, oh, awesome show, Skip. And it was like, oops, he forgot to change accounts. So everyone took that as happening as this. All right. And so what ended up happening is there was some more stuff. I guess we can look at this. He protected his account. And what's really weird about this is this guy, okay, he's more of a Liz Smith supporter than he is a Pete Buttigieg supporter. Because he has a lot of tweets where he's like, oh, yeah, I love Liz Smith. This one says, if you love Liz Smith, who doesn't? And this isn't the only one, folks. Like, there's a ton of these. And then there's this saying, thanks. So there's a ton of these. By the way, Liz Smith also was getting her toes sucked in a public pool, just so you know. With their top off, apparently. So that's the kind of person you're dealing with here. And this one is really weird, all right? We're talking about a Nigerian man using the word chutzpah, all right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, all right, I'm basing this just strictly off of context here, because otherwise I just don't know what this means. Based off context, I'm assuming it means the gall or balls or, you know, guts or whatever, metaphorically. You know, you don't have the balls to do X, is what it seems like. But really, a Nigerian man is using the word chutzpah. Really, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? My asshole, this dude's fucking using chutzpah. Get the hell out of here. And then it turns out the Reddit account linked to Liz Smith's alleged Nigerian Twitter account, they have been all in for Pete for a few months, but before that, they only ever posted about Bitcoin and sock puppet recruiting. So that's very interesting stuff going on here. And so there was this write-up by Ashley Feinberg in Slate, where she does this interview with this guy where he says this is him taking the picture. But this interview is kind of ridiculous, okay? The answers are kind of ridiculous. And so also, he sent out a tweet saying, oh, you know, I woke up to people basically calling me, you know, Liz Smith or whatever. But it was like 5 p.m. in Nigeria. And so I was like, what, you're waking up at 5 p.m., dude? What the fuck? And he's like, oh, well, dude, you can't take a nap, dude? And so it's just like, It's getting embarrassing at this point, dude. It's really embarrassing. Just to be clear, are you affiliated with the campaign? No, I'm not affiliated with the campaign. Have you spoken to Liz Smith? I did tweet out to her and she said thanks, I think once, but I think that's the most of it. So his explanation was, I was basically copy pasting this title from the email, which is, hey, it's Liz Smith phase 4 garbage or whatever. It's just a joke. But what's really interesting is where she asks him, why are you such a big Pete fan? Well, I think he's very intelligent. He's very compassionate, I think. Lol. I don't know. I watched one of the town halls he did on YouTube, and I thought it was really great. I just think he's a really good candidate. There's no real explanation. The thing is, if you really dig in, you'll see there are a bunch of international supporters of Pete. If you check, well, it's unfortunate I had to deactivate my account, but if you check the people I follow, most of them are international supporters of Pete, people from other parts of Africa. Someone from Ireland, someone from Scotland, someone from the Netherlands. So there are people that support Pete. It's just that I'm, I guess, vocal, right? I guess it's kind of strange, and I understand where the controversy comes from, because it's like there's this Nigerian account that's tweeting about a very specific candidate from the U.S., but it's okay. I just hope it dies down. And it's just like, he went from Bernie to Pete. Like, none of this makes any fucking sense, dude. Literally none of this makes any sense whatsoever. And so there are a couple of explanations for this. Apparently you can, buy, people just recording a video like this or whatnot. So I guess that's a possibility as well. But we have no real confirmation that this person is actually the person behind the Twitter account. And this doesn't really make much sense to me at all. And so it does seem like they got caught and then they had some, red-handed thing. They could have bought the Twitter account. I don't know, honestly, but none of this makes any sense. If this really is a Nigerian dude, what a fucking weird scenario that would be. You know what I mean? Like you said, with all of this weirdness going on, you're talking about the dude says he woke up to people calling him Liz Smith. It was 5 p.m. in Nigeria. He has multiple tweets using the word chutzpah, which Liz Smith has used, and the dude is Nigerian. And if you're in the U.S., the odds of you using that word chutzpah are very low. I have to tell you, I've never used that word before. Quite frankly, it sounds like a stupid word. Kind of reminds me of a crepe for some reason. I don't know why, but there's no odds of you using that. I'm sorry. So you have that. And then you have how he's a Liz Smith super fan for no reason. And the thing is, voters are stupid, people are dumb, and they're weird. So maybe I don't know. I just don't know, man. None of this makes any sense, man. It just doesn't make any sense.